Many new features and enhancements have been introduced since version 12.0.0. Here is a summary. Please note that none of these require the integration's enterprise tier of licensing, all are available with the basic license. The integration now supports SolidWorks 2019, as well as 2017 and 2018. Please check the release notes for specific patch levels of each. Version 12.1.0 includes a set of performance optimizations focused on the synchronized load operation. Drawings related to updated 3D models are now recognized and automatically saved. The integration can be configured to ignore the exclude from bill of materials property on assembly occurrences. Teamcenter property values may no longer be changed during a revise operation. The cache manager has been extensively redesigned to optimize performance, while simplifying the management of local data for both users and administrators. Dispatcher-based 2D and 3D translation can generate additional derived data, such as STEP and IGES files. Model templates and library features can be imported into Teamcenter then managed throughout their life cycles. Finally, all integration dialogues will now display the user's current project, making it easier to keep track of the current working context. Now let's take a closer look at some of these enhancements. Any Teamcenter bill of materials property can be mapped to the SolidWorks assembly model tree, for use on tables and annotations. In previous releases, this mapping was done at all levels of the assembly. Now, in version 12.1.0, the mapping is performed, by default, only at the top level of the assembly. This is aligned with other Teamcenter integrations, and with SolidWorks itself, in the way that BOM tables are placed on drawings. For large assemblies, it can yield significant performance improvements. Full top-to-bottom mapping can be restored, if desired, by a new preference in the Properties file. SolidWorks assemblies may be opened from Teamcenter in the default mode, in which case SolidWorks preferences control how the assembly is loaded into session. Or, they may be opened as lightweight. With version 12.1.0, the mode can be configured so that, for example, assemblies will always be opened as lightweight. Although not the out-of-the-box setting, it is recommended to configure lightweight as the default mode, because it can dramatically improve performance when opening large assemblies. When a part or assembly is modified in SolidWorks, and then saved to Teamcenter, any associated drawings should be updated and saved as well. The integration now automates this task by detecting cached drawings related to modified 3D models that are being saved to Teamcenter. Please note that modification is the trigger. There is no reason to update and save related drawings unless their 3D models have changed. If the drawing itself is changed, independent of its model, then it should be explicitly saved on its own. Also, related drawings must already be in the user's workspace. If they exist in Teamcenter, but not in the workspace, they will not be processed. Use the available Include Drawings filter, or the Get Drawings right mouse button function, to add related drawings to the workspace. The integration identifies related drawings with a special icon, alerting the user that, although the drawing itself is not yet modified and is not checked out, it should be considered for save. In most cases it should be saved, based on the fact that its model has changed. Out of the box, the user will be asked whether to update the drawings prior to save, but this can be made automatic with a new preference. Also with another new preference, component occurrences can be excluded from the SolidWorks bill of materials, while remaining included in the Teamcenter bill of materials. This gives Teamcenter a complete bill of materials for visualization and other downstream processes, while allowing the BOM table on the SolidWorks assembly or drawing to suppress the excluded components, for CAD-level purposes. The out-of-the-box settings preserve pre-existing behavior, meaning that occurrences excluded in SolidWorks will not appear in the Teamcenter bill of materials. Please refer to the administration guide for details on the new preference. The excluded occurrences are identified in Teamcenter by a new BOM line property called SolidWorks BOM Exclude, for tracking purposes. Properties may no longer be interactively updated while revising a model from within SolidWorks. Here we see that the IP classification property has been made editable, in the context of a save, via the save_enabled_properties map. As soon as the operation context becomes a revise, update is prohibited. Property updates driven by CAD to PDM attribute mapping are still supported. Managed workspaces is a fundamental change in how the SolidWorks integration manages SolidWorks data on each user's workstation. In previous versions, a user could open and save files to and from any directory, making it difficult for both users and administrators to keep track of their data, and in some cases contributing to unsupported manipulation of managed data outside of the system. In version 12.1.0, all local SolidWorks data is managed in a centrally defined cache location, under which users are free to create as many workspaces as are needed. It's up to each user to decide how he wants to organize his files across workspaces. One user may want to segregate data by Teamcenter project, another user may be involved in supplier collaboration, and may want to manage variants of the same assembly in different, supplier-specific workspaces. Several additional usability and productivity enhancements make it unnecessary to ever leave the CAD-centric managed environment, leading to a completely integrated user experience. In certain areas, the behavior of existing features has changed. Applied filters and their effect on the workspace view are clearly indicated in several ways. The shaded background means that one or more filters have been applied. The graphical icons indicate which filters are in effect. The file counter tells the user how many files are in his current workspace, and how many are displayed. At all times, the number of selected models is graphically indicated. What is a workspace? It is the location from which all saves, opens, and updates to and from Teamcenter are performed. Models can only be opened from Teamcenter into the current workspace. When opening SolidWorks data from Teamcenter, the current workspace may be changed, or a new workspace created, as long as no models are in session. If any models are detected in session, the user is advised to return to SolidWorks, remove them from session, then resume opening his data from Teamcenter into the new or existing workspace. The Cache Manager itself has similar capabilities and restrictions with respect to workspaces. A new workspace can be created, or an existing workspace can be made current, as long as no models are in session. These constraints are necessary to safeguard the integrity of the managed SolidWorks data, in cases where the same model is being managed in multiple workspaces. The user cannot be prevented from opening models from other than the current workspace, using standalone SolidWorks functionality. But he will not be allowed to save such models to Teamcenter, unless their directory locations are included in an administrative preference that is documented in the administration guide. Entire workspaces can be deleted with a single mouse click, provided they do not contain any in-session or checked-out models. When the current workspace is deleted, the user will be returned to the default workspace. The default workspace may not be deleted, it will always exist. The contents of the current workspace may be copied out to an external directory location. Similarly, the contents of an external directory can be copied into the current workspace. This is convenient when working with suppliers or other offline partners. An assembly can be opened into the current workspace, copied out to a directory, then zipped and delivered to the partner. Once the supplier, or other partner, has made his changes and returned the files, they can be copied back into the supplier-specific workspace and saved back to Teamcenter, to capture the changes made at the offline site. The integration will recognize which models were changed, and will graphically indicate them in the usual way. The bulk import utility has been enhanced to support managed reuse of design templates and library features. Design templates must be imported to a folder named SolidWorks Templates that is owned by the InfoDBA user. Library features may be imported to any folder, as any user, but for consistency it is recommended that they are also owned by the InfoDBA user. Specialized data set types are provided to manage both design templates and library features. Once design templates are imported to Teamcenter, they are downloaded to each user's cache upon initial login. The related SolidWorks preference is updated to point to the cached location, so that users are always working with the latest managed templates. Any folder structure defined in Teamcenter is replicated, at a single level only, in each client's cache, causing the standalone SolidWorks file new dialog to reflect the Teamcenter folder structure. Similarly, when library features have been imported to Teamcenter, users can insert them into their active models with a new right mouse button menu option, available from the active model view. The desired feature is located with a search, downloaded, then streamed into the standalone SolidWorks library feature function. Of course, Teamcenter does not attempt to validate that the selected feature will fit into the active model, that is the user's responsibility. This concludes our overview of the major new features and enhancements in version 12.1.0 of the Teamcenter integration for SolidWorks. Thank you for watching.